Arsenal against Chelsea. Here we go. Big one. The big one. Well, I'm not sure about the big one, but you know what I mean. It's going to be an interesting game. I can't see past... I can't see past the draw. And I only say that because I feel like the game's now more important to Chelsea than it is to Arsenal. I don't know if you'd agree with that, but I would certainly say so. Why's my camera gone skew? If now again, it's always the same. Right. Oh, Trossard just wide. Trossard just wide. Ah, it's a bit better. That's a little bit better. Right, we're on. We're on. Right. Oh, what a morning. Right, we're on. Arsenal against Chelsea. And I'm already down on some bets from this morning. Stupidly, I had Napoli to win away at Venezia. And would you believe it's all gone Pete Tong? So, yeah, we've lost out on some games this morning. Has TikTok done that thing again? It has, mate, unfortunately. It's not having it. It says that it's going to take one business day. Yeah, it's going to take one business day to fix. Which I assume now means that it ain't going to be live. It ain't going to be sorted for the cup final, which is a right pain. So, look, we'll do it. We'll figure it out. It's frustrating, but kind of is what it is. Right, here we go. How do we record the stream? How do we record the stream? I assume it's that one, actually. Is it start recording? Yeah, I'm still trying to get live. I'm still trying to figure out this new software, but the TikTok thing, it's just telling me that it's going to probably be one business day, which means it's only going to get sorted for next week, which is like the time I don't need it. Which is so irritating. So we're just live on YouTube and the others for now, and it is what it is. Someone said Odegaard should be in over Caicedo. No. Listen, Arsenal fans are telling me all season that Odegaard's been dreadful. So I don't know why anyone would say Odegaard should be in over Caicedo. Certainly not on form. I'd love a Chelsea win here. I would love a Chelsea win. Oh. Rangers went 2-0 up in the SPL game. We've just come back to 2-1 Celtic. Here we go, Chelsea breaking forward. Just realised my thing's not even working. This is just the most pathetic. Right, there you go. We're all running. Odegaard has 5 contributions this season in the Premier League. That's terrible. It's not even that. It's just I don't feel like if he doesn't assist or score, then he doesn't do anything in the game. He's one of that. He's a bit like Bruno Fernandes, I guess, in that sense. Like it's very rare that you see him really contribute in a meaningful way. Chance here for Arsenal if they get it right. And they haven't. Oh, Sanchez has just given it away. Out to Gabriel Martinelli. Shot. Good save. Honestly, he is an absolute accident waiting to happen, that guy. Just an accident waiting to happen. It's really, really poor. Bruno's different only because he has most chances created. We don't score them. If we had clinical strikers, Bruno would have unbelievable stats every season. 5 errors leading to a goal this season. Sanchez. He just... Yeah, I've just seen it. And Murik and Verbruggen. Again, another one. Verbruggen is a name people keep mentioning. It's like, oh yeah, he's brilliant. He should be in for the team of the season shout. Awful. Awful. Right, I'm just trying to put another little bet on for today. No Onana today for United. Young 22-year-old is playing. Really? Oh, chance. Must be. Oh, what's happening? Arsenal again. Rice miles over the bar. I tell you what. Chelsea living dangerously here. Cucurella screaming at the line for something. I'm not sure why, because I don't think he was offside. So it's just he's clear. It's not offside. I think he was. That should be a penalty then for Arsenal. You know, that should be a penalty for Arsenal then. Cucurella goes down there and it hits his hand in the box. I'm sorry, that should be a pen. That should be a pen. And, you know, I'm not one to be screaming for a penalty for Arsenal here, but Cucurella goes down here and he handballs it in the box. And it doesn't look like he tries to get his hand out the way. Well, there's no check. Interesting. Very interesting, I've got to say. I think I would have gone with that, you know. Good save. Good save by Sanchez, that. Much better. Much, much better from Arsenal, that. Apparently Onana is ill. Sorry, just putting all my bets on. Getting all my bets on, ready for the day. There's not an awful lot happening here, to be honest, since that penalty incident. Ball over to the back stick for Chelsea. Sancho? I didn't even know Sancho was starting. I mean, I probably would have done if I'd have got here a bit earlier and TikTok was working. I might have been able to sort that. Onana being ill, though, I think that's going to be I would say that's going to be a blow for United, but I'm not sure it is. Onana's dreadful, isn't he? So who's going in net? Is it Bayindir? Or would it be... Who's the backup? Who's the alternative? No Cole Palmer today. Has he been dropped? Let's have a little look. Neto and Kunku, Fernandes, Sancho, Caicedo, Reece James at right back. Oh no, they're playing back five. Interesting. Okay. Cole Palmer ill. Yeah. Oh God. So Heaton and Bayindir both injured. So that would mean that it's... Goodness me. It's either William Murdoch, Dermot Mee. It'll be Dermot Mee, 22-year-old. Or Eli Harrison. No. Or Hubert Gracic. Might be Hubert Gracic. It's either Hubert Gratchik or Dermot Mee if it's a 22-year-old. Northern Ireland goalkeeper Herbert Mee, or Dermot Mee, sorry. He played 4 games for Altrincham a couple of years ago. I might have seen him then, because I've watched a bit of Altrincham. I've been and watched it at Alty, at Moss Lane. Been down to Alty. Good watch. I might have seen him back in the day. Oh. My missus bought these, well, I'll say she bought them. She got these free drinks from TikTok shop, because she promotes them. And you have Pepsi, strawberries and cream. And to be honest, I normally just stick to water, but I thought, go on, I'll have a blast. I'll have a little go. Awful. Tastes minging. And I like strawberries and cream, would you believe? But no, absolutely not. Ball into the box. Sanchez gets it wrong. Trossard. Miles wide. Yeah, so Dermot Mee. Northern Irish goalkeeper. United have got a bit of a blind spot with Irish goalkeepers over the years. Roy Carroll. He was Northern Irish, wasn't he? That sounds awful. It is. It's absolutely awful. They do there was 2 things. That's what she got. She got a free pack of these Pepsi Max strawberries and cream. And then Pepsi Max cream soda. Now the cream soda one was actually quite nice, but the strawberries and cream one was not good. She just asked me to be the guinea pig and taste test. So I thought, go on, I'll have a go. I'll have a little go. It's not been a good weekend for betting. As a general rule, we should just avoid games before the international break, because I promise you, there's always curveballs before the international break. Arsenal again, honestly, Chelsea's defence is just getting cut apart, and it's not because Arsenal are being very good. It's entirely due to the fact that Chelsea are just not switching on. I mean, Martinelli has just knocked. It's a very simple ball past Badiashile. It's not like it's particularly sophisticated. He's just knocked it down the line and done him for pace. Badiashile as well. You know, he's one that you would think. No, he's one that should be keeping it out. Probably Chelsea's strongest, fastest centre-back, you would think. Okay. Ball into the box. Corner for Arsenal. Whipped in, flicked on, and it's in. Who is that? Marino? It's Marino again. He's good with his head, isn't he? He's good with his head. He's done alright with his head. 1-0 Arsenal. The Gunners back amongst it. I mean, it's one of them. I can't sit here and say I'd like Arsenal to win, but I'd also quite like Chelsea to lose. Just because I don't want Chelsea in the Champions League next year. And, you know, as it stands, if Fulham were to get a win, Brentford got a win yesterday. Honestly, this is so mad. If Fulham were to beat Spurs, right, there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There'd be 8 points separating 8 teams. 8 points separating 8 teams from 4th down to 11th. Like, in a really weird way, genuinely, in a really weird way, if Spurs or Palace or Brentford or Bournemouth or Fulham, any one of them 8 teams, if they put a run together between now and the end of the season, they'll get Champions League. I'm deadly serious when I say that. I reckon if Crystal Palace wanted to put if you really put a good run together between now and the end of the season, and they won 7 out of their last 9, let's say, which isn't beyond the realms of possibility, but let's say they did, Palace could get Champions League football based on them numbers. It's not that much ground to make up, and Chelsea and City, they're dropping points week on week. City should have got beat yesterday. Villa don't look like they won it. Bournemouth got beat yesterday. Brentford won. I mean, Brentford have just put themselves back into it. That race, that battle for the top 5, sorry. That battle for the top 5 now, can't call it. Can't call it. After Forest, there's only Forest finding a bit of form outside Liverpool and Arsenal. So, City and Chelsea just keep throwing it away. Over to the far side for Timber. And Kunku's with him. Let's have a look. Apparently there's a bad challenge. It's not a bad challenge. Oh, yeah, now that one was the afters. That might be a red card, actually. I tell you what, it's the second one. He stamps on him. I thought he was on about the first foul. He goes in after. That's a stamp. That's a red card. No red? Ooh, well, they're lucky there, Chelsea, then. They're very lucky there. Yeah, I would have thought that would have been a red for Fofana. Really good run there. Better play by Chelsea. Neto's just on his own. Neto is isolated. He's got 5 Arsenal players around him. Chelsea aren't winning this. I'm calling it now. Chelsea are getting nowhere near. They're not. They've not got any. I mean, look, Alan Smith just said it there. They're not even getting involved in the contest. Oh, now and then Arsenal have just done that. Gabriel. Never ever tell me he's good. And Enzo Fernandez. Again, honestly, it just feels like we're watching 11 athletes on the pitch. There's not, and these two are amongst the very best in the country. I've been saying this for a while now. I feel like football's just going more and more about physicality and athleticism. There's not many, really, really good top footballers. Michael Owen said it himself. I don't generally agree with Michael Owen, but it feels like we're just moving away from excellent football, talent, and more towards if you can run a bit and you're stronger and maybe you're taller than most, you'd probably get an half-decent career if you can pass 5 yards. Adama Traore doesn't even make it in the Premier League. Probably doesn't. Jeremy Doku doesn't make it in the Premier League. Maybe 10, 15 years ago. Maybe not 15, more like 20. Ball into the channel for Neto to chase down. Knocks it out for a throw-in. Ooh, Fofana again. He's just gone in on Trossard. I tell you what, he's treading a fine line, Fofana. Oh, yeah, that's a bit naughty. Again, it's not a red, but it's just he probably should be off the pitch by now, Fofana. He really should be off the pitch. I mean, I'll be honest, I'd have wanted him off the pitch. If I'm, as a Liverpool fan, I would have wanted him off the pitch for the stamp. But even if he got a yellow for that was probably a second yellow that there then. It's tough. Watch him score the equaliser or something now. Arsenal fans to be raging. I wonder, when are we going to get to know the Liverpool team? I mean, not just yet, obviously, but I'm going to see if we can see it on Twitter. I'm just going to keep an eye out for it, because I'm certainly intrigued by whether or not we go with Endo in the starting lineup, whether we go with Curtis Jones at right back, whether we go with Kwanzaa at right back and Kanate. Do we give him an injection? Do we try and get him fit for the game? Does Diaz play? Does Gakpo play? Does Nunes play? Does Jota play? Do we go with the same midfield three, even though they've looked really tired and leggy, or do we switch one of them out? Maybe both of them out, or there's a lot of potential change, I think, in that Liverpool team that might need to happen, to be honest, because we looked really, really leggy, really, really leggy. Colwill with a bad challenge, yellow card. Chelsea haven't had a single touch of the ball in Arsenal's box in the opening 30 minutes of this game. That is disgusting. Chelsea literally haven't had a touch in Arsenal's box. That's unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. Let's see if we can see the Liverpool team. Oh, I've just seen Liverpool representatives apparently met with Crystal Palace and Mark Gay this week. He's got 18 months left on his contract. About 40 million maybe from Palace. He'll have 1 year left on his contract by the end of the season, so maybe 30, 40 million. Gay would be a really good signing, I think. I'm not sure he's the right fit, but for quite cheap, I think he'd be a decent signing, very decent signing. Celtic 2, Rangers 2. Chelsea look terrible without Palmer. I mean, they've looked terrible with him. I think they've not pulled up any trees this season with Cole Palmer. Like honestly, I am staggered when I look at where Chelsea are in the table. I'm like, they're the fourth best team. They're the fourth best team in England. They look awful. Like truly, truly awful. There's no way that Chelsea side is better than the Manchester City side. And yet the Manchester City side has been awful. And they are the fifth best side in the country. Like, I mean, you could argue that the rest of the Premier League has got better in that, you know, the likes of Ipswich can go to Spurs, can go to Villa and get something. Chance here for Arsenal on the counter. Skied by Martinelli. Doesn't look comfortable on that right-hand side. Where's Wanyuri? Where's Wanyuri? Is Wanyuri not starting? I don't think it's better than Man United side individually. I mean that's probably questionable. I would say the goalies, I mean, are about the same. Neither of them should be Premier League goalkeepers. Onana, can they give it away again, Chelsea? This is the fourth best side in the Premier League. It's disgusting. They've not had a touch in the Arsenal box. And that's why I look at Arsenal and I think that Arsenal side isn't very good. But then I also look at the Liverpool team and I think, well, you know, we're beating the teams in front of us. But if this Liverpool team played against the Liverpool team under Klopp 5-6 years ago, we'd get battered. We would get absolutely battered. In fact, I would go as far as saying if you put this Liverpool team now against the 2007-2008 Liverpool team with Gerrard and Torres and Mascherano Alonso and Dirk Kuyt, you know, Arbeloa, Carragher, Hyypiä, Pepe Reina in net, John Arne-Risa, that Liverpool side would be beating this Liverpool side. And it's just because I think the overall quality of football has diminished quite considerably in the last 15 to 20 years. They would take Mazraoui, De Ligt and Martinez. They would take Ugarte and Bruno. Ahmad makes them better. They want Garnacho. I know Chelsea want everyone, every like player who's under 22, 23, who's played to a modest level, gets linked with Chelsea. I mean, the fact they've gone out and signed Quenda is astonishing to me because it's like the last area that they need reinforcements in. But would they take Mazraoui? I think they would take Mazraoui. I think you're right. I think they would take De Ligt. Yeah, maybe. I mean, again, they've been linked to Mainu, but I don't think Mainu starts in United's best team. Chance, there you go. Chelsea's first touch in the opposition box. Cucurella! Oh, honestly, that should have gone in. David Raya has just had an absolute howler. Oh, I'd have cried laughing if that had gone in. First time Chelsea get a touch in the opposition box. Cucurella with a shot. And David Raya. So this is the thing as well. David Raya, people seriously say that he's like one of the best keepers in the world. Look at that. I'm not saying keepers don't make mistakes and whatever. But I would say, put him in the Premier League 15, 20 years ago, David Raya is nothing more than an okay keeper. He's a UC Jaskalainen. You know what I mean? He's that. He's not. He's not anything special. I don't know about Agate. I don't think Agate, Bruno, get in the Chelsea midfield. I would argue the Chelsea midfield is better than United's. So, and the wide areas, I mean, Ahmad's not getting in over Cole Palmer. So I think they'd probably take Mazraoui. They'd probably take De Ligt. I don't think they'd take Martinez. And they'd probably take maybe Ahmad, but play him on the other side, or maybe Garnacho. Let's not try and square people in. I reckon they'd take Garnacho, Mazraoui, and De Ligt. Those three probably getting Chelsea's, and the rest of it. There's no way that Agate gets in over Caicedo, and there's no way that Bruno gets in over Enzo Fernandez. I don't think. There you go, mate. Each to their own, but I don't think Bruno gets in over Enzo Fernandez. And I don't think Mainu gets in over. Well, I mean, it depends who they play in that midfield. They don't tend to play with three in midfield anymore, do they? They've switched to a back three. I think Enzo's better than. I mean, it's probably the better comparison would be Bruno or Cole Palmer, wouldn't it? And I think Cole Palmer's definitely the better of the two. If you offered them both to me as a Liverpool fan, I'd be taking Cole Palmer every day, and not just because of his age. I would argue Cole Palmer's a better player. Sancho out to Cucurella. Chelsea are just coming back into this a little bit now. 5 minutes before half time. I think that chance has just kind of skirted Arsenal. They've now dropped a little bit deeper. Chelsea have all of a sudden gone from having no touches in the opposition box in the first, 30 minutes, to quite a few in the last couple of minutes. I think United have 5 or 6 good players, but then there's 10 who don't suit Amorim's system. That's the problem, in my opinion. I mean, there's probably some players who, like Agate maybe, in a different system, could thrive, and maybe Mainu as well. I would argue Mainu's probably not going to be a good fit for Amorim's system. You know, it says an awful lot that he's tried to play Mainu as a striker at times. I think you're right in that United have got some decent players who can be used in a system going forward. That they're not the level United should be expecting if they're trying to get back to the top, the top half. Here we go, Chelsea flying forward. Well done that from, is it Gabriel? Got a corner. Thought Gabriel just ushered him out to play there. Yeah, I was going to say, Neto has been quite sharp in terms of moving around. I've seen buzzing around the front, but he hasn't been fed the ball enough. He's just been so isolated for Chelsea. Pedro Neto with the ball in. Cleared away. Agate fits his system perfectly. We need someone next to Agate who is similar, like an Edison. That's what I mean. He needs another one of them. Maybe a Casemiro 6-7 years ago. But Agate, I feel like Agate only works if he's got the right person, the right player alongside him. I've seen Agate far too many times for United this season just be, I don't know, a little bit anonymous and not really putting in the tackles, not really doing enough. The game's sort of passing him by. I think he's come to United with a very big reputation though, hasn't he? Did well at Sporting, didn't quite work out for him when he left. Here's Sancho. It's PSG are another one of them clubs, aren't they? A bit like Chelsea, and they keep signing players. It keeps not working out for them there, but players continue to go there. Like, I would argue that Asensio ruined many years of his career going to PSG, and you've seen already since he's gone to Villa that he's a really top player. Apparently, we're looking at that type of profile. Would Adam Wharton not fit? Oh no! See, Adam Wharton is such a fantastic player, but is Adam Wharton not in maybe another Agate? But maybe just obviously better on the ball. Oh, that's a chance here for Chelsea if they get it right. Caicedo, Enzo shot, silly. The Chelsea player down in the box here, but I don't think they're going to get anything. Yeah, if you have Wharton and you have Agate there, I suspect you'll just end up with two players who... Let's have a quick look at this. Let's just see. Reece James. Oh, it's Nkunku. Sorry. It's a little bit of a kick afterwards, but nah, he's not getting a penalty for that. Nah, no chance. I do really like Adam Wharton, though. Very, very good player. Very good player. Really likeable player as well. We need someone with a relentless engine who's good on the ball. So what you need? I think United need someone like... and the mad thing is, the closest thing I've seen to like a Jordan Henderson. That's what United need. Like a proper, professional, old school midfield. Like, not even just... I mean, Henderson, I think, it gets so underrated. James Milner's another one who you could have put in there. Like, but even someone like McTominay, it genuinely is, like, it still baffles me. McTominay in that position works. He's doing it for Napoli right now. He's playing in that position for Napoli and doing really, really well. I know it's in Serie A, but I think McTominay, being a United boy, would have loved and thrived in that position. He would have been perfect. He's got the legs, he's got the energy. You know, I think Amorim might have been able to get a bit more out of him. Mainu, I don't think buzzes around. You know, he doesn't have the energy, doesn't have the legs. Mateus Fernandez would be. Yeah, Mateus Fernandez would be. If you got Fernandez and Agate back there, that all of a sudden looks like both exporting as well. With Bruno in the 10, that'd be a nice little mix, wouldn't it? The old Sporting gang back together. Fernandez, Agate, and Bruno. That could work. Yeah, that could work. Especially if you go for someone like Inacio as well. Go and get Inacio. Maybe Gyökeres. Plays Mainu in the 10 now. I'm almost certain he moves Mainu on in the summer. Mainu and Garnacho will go in the summer, I think. You can see a little bit on Garnacho's face when he plays. Mainu, I think, it's just purely because of the fact that they've come through the club's academy, and if United were to move Mainu on for whatever it might be, 50 million quid, 60 million quid, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the going rate is for Mainu in this market currently. Maybe 12 months ago, they might have got a little bit better because of his... Rangers have just scored 3-2. That's some Old Firm game, that. It's been a really good Old Firm game. 2-0 up Rangers. Got back to 2-2 for Celtic and Rangers have just scored again. Ball in. Chelsea. Arsenal here. Trossard, if he can get it right. Oh, no. That's really good play by Chelsea. Really. Oh, what is that? That honestly, can I say, that is disgusting. Never, ever. I'm not having the conversation anymore. That, what I've just seen from Caicedo, tells me everything I need to know. I'm so glad he didn't come to Liverpool. It's so bad. He might be able to break play up, but he's no N'Golo Kante, and he's no Makelele. He's just... And he's not good enough on the ball. Caicedo. What he just attempted then is like so bad. You wouldn't expect a professional footballer to even attempt to make that pass. He just passed it into a crowded midfield area when he had a full area of the pitch to run into. He had loads of space. You know, if he was going to try a pass, the pass that was on was the opposite side of the pitch. Like, and I know what some people say. Oh yeah, look at, you know, you trying to scream at athletes, trying to tell them how to play football when that's what they do for a living. Honestly, I am at the point where some of these players on this pitch are brain dead. They're strong, they're tall, they're fast. They are the absolute peak physical condition. On that, I cannot speak. But in terms of playing football, there's a load of these who are miles off it. Miles off it. Agate is better. I don't think Agate would have made that pass. Fair play. Quinton Timber at Feyenoord as well. Maybe, yeah. Yeah. I mean, Feyenoord. I think there's a few players at Feyenoord who you could look at. There's probably a few there that United could do with. Stiller, yeah, him with the big nose. He's been linked to Liverpool as well, him Stiller, Angelo Stiller. Ugh, excuse me. Right, we're on half time. Half time. Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0. Yeah, sorry, Kane. I apologise for putting that comment in, by the way. I wasn't trying to wind you up, mate. I was just like, why are you wearing a Christmas jumper? I thought you might have been whacking it on for, like, maybe rage bait. Do you know what I mean? Just to see if people commented. If so, fair play, well done. Because you definitely rage baited me. I was like, is he wearing a Christmas jumper? Keep your hands off still. It was Igerman, Hamza Igerman. He's another player. You know, I think he'll be in the Premier League next year. Hamza Igerman. There's loads of players like him as well who you can see they've got talent, they've got ability, but maybe they haven't got the legs or the strength or the physicality to make it in the Prem, and that's where they'd get dominated. But if the Prem was, you know, more about actual talent and not just about making 22 monsters on a pitch. Wear it all year round. My girlfriend tried to hide it the other day. Oh, Sheffield United have pinched it against Sheffield Wednesday in the Steel Derby, and it's Ryan Brewster. Ryan Brewster. He's had a bit of a comeback at Sheffield United this season. He's having his best season ever for him. He's been at the club now 5 years, and this season he has a massive 5 goals and assists in 28 games, and it's his best season at the club. I can't drink that anymore. You seen Liverpool are linked with Nauf. We've been linked to quite a few. Schlotterbeck is another one we've been looking at. What's his name? Kuliarakis, the guy from Wolfsburg. There's a few players in the Bundesliga we've looked at. Here you go, Ricardo Quaresma. Several examples of young players that everyone talks about and are not very good, and they cost 80 to 100 million pound. It's true. It's true. Too many players you can just see are just clearly not good, but you have to pay a fortune for them. Ricardo Quaresma was cracking. He's another player who wouldn't make it in the modern game. I just want United to sign players from the Prem this summer. I mean, I wouldn't be so set on just the Prem. They're probably not good value for United in the Prem. I think that's the bigger issue, you know. If United were really smart, I think they should be looking at the sort of not the free agent market, but you know what I mean. Players who have got contracts coming to an end in the summer, who they could be tapping up, and they aren't always the most cost effective because you still have to pay agent fees, big signing on fees, and stuff like that. But United could go and sign. I think Jonathan David would be a really good move for them. Maybe Tyrick Mitchell actually from Palace, you know, left back. I think Mitchell would be okay. There's a few other players. I mean, Olaina, he might stay at Forest. Oh, excuse me. As long as we don't sign another Rasmus for 72 million, I'm fine. That's what's really puzzling though in the current market. Like I just can't see how you can justify paying the best part of 150 million pound, 150 million pound for Anthony and Rasmus Højlund. And if you sell them both now, you'll do well get a third of that back. You'll do well get 50 million for the pair. Tyler Diblin, I mean, even if Southampton go down, you're paying 50 million quid for Tyler Diblin. At minimum. 40 would be a stretch. And I think you'd still have to pay, even at 40 million, you'd probably have to pay like a sizable, you know, not a signing on fee, like a percentage sell on fee or bonuses that make it 60 million or 70 million or whatever. And the same with Mbermo as well. I think Mbermo's probably in that category. 50, 60, 70 million. Difference is, I think Mbermo is a talented Premier League player, and he would be a really good signing for someone. I like Hutchinson from Ipswich. Well, I mean, Omari Hutchinson went. How much did he cost Ipswich? Was it 20 odd million? 20 million quid. An initial 20 million quid. So Ipswich have paid out 20 million quid plus, I think it's another 5 million in bonuses. So he cost Ipswich 25 million. If you're Man United, you go and try and sign Omari Hutchinson now after this season. Again, they're looking for 30, 35, 40 million quid. They're looking for a 10 million return on what they've invested in the player. There's no way in this world that Omari Hutchinson is worth 25, 35, 40 million quid. It just isn't. He's a good player, you know. He's one you'd. I think Omari Hutchinson is a player that someone like, let's say Brentford sell Mbermo, Brentford would be looking at Hutchinson. He's that sort of a signing. He's not Man United signing. Delap, again, I like Delap. I do like Delap, and he's a good player. And I could see Liverpool signing him. I could see United signing him. I think the problem United have got is that they've got two other strikers, and they're only going to play with one. Højlund or Xerxes has to go first before they sign Delap. Because you can see that Jim Ratcliffe is really risk averse. You can see he's really risk averse, and there's no way that United are going to pay out another 60 million, maybe, for Delap, 50 million quid. No way they pay that out, knowing that they've got Xerxes and Hoyland, because then every club that comes in for Xerxes or Hoyland is going to be saying, "Oh, well, you've already got them, or you don't want him. So if you don't want him, we're going to offer you 10, 15 million pound less than you're asking for." And United will have to accept it because they need him off the books. So it just weakens United's negotiation, position if they drop that on him straight away. Chelsea have signed 2 sporting players already. Spent 51 million Quenda, 22 on Asugo. Asugo's going to be an odd one for them. Because again, I mean, how can you have Asugo, Caicedo, Lavia? Like, they're effectively the same player, aren't they? I mean, you've got destroyers in there. I think Liverpool are going to call back Bajcetic from. He's gone to Las Palmas, hasn't he? He was at Red Bull Salzburg, and he's gone to Las Palmas for the second half of the season. But Bajcetic is a really good player. Really, really good player. Or Badgetits, as the Liverpool fans know him as. Yeah, I think we get Badgetich back in. Oh, there you go. Klopp doing an advert for Travago. So cheesy, that advert. It's easy when you know where to look. I don't like this version of Jurgen Klopp doing adverts like that. Never skim an Erdinger. I sign him on career mode all the time. Who, Bajcetic or Sugo or Quenda? He's so good, honestly. Bajcetic is so good. Proper top player. There you go, breaking news. Mental health conditions are overdiagnosed, says Wes Streeting. Yeah, Bajcetic, yeah, good player. Really, really good player. Plays with his socks rolled down as well. Old school. Excellent footballer. Gangs of London. Right, let's have a quick check and see if the Liverpool lineups are out just yet. I'm not sure they will be. Liverpool apparently looking at Isaac, Alvarez and Sesko in the summer. I mean, I like all three, but I just don't think that the money that we'll pay for Isaac is worth it. I'd probably say the same about Alvarez. It would all be about price dependent. Price dependent. Right, we're off again, second half. All eyes on the Carabao Cup final after this. Chelsea on the attack straight away. Oh, honestly, that goal. Wait till you see, if you've not already, Kane, or anyone else watching the chat in the chat. Seriously, wait till you see the goal that wins the Old Firm. It's a striker that I really like, Hamza Igamane. He's a very good player. He's just won. He's just won the Old Firm in the 88th minute with an absolute screamer. Fantastic finish. Here we go. Arsenal are in here. Ball over the top. Chance for Martinelli. Odegaard. Nah, he's not getting that. Paddy Shield came across. Corner to Arsenal. Just released my Carabao Cup preview. Nice. What's your thoughts? I'm just really intrigued to see the lineup because I think that might determine how accurate my prediction was before the game. Because my gut tells me that Newcastle probably take us to extra time. There we go. It's a great run forward by, is it Reece James? Neto with the shot. It's a really poor decision. Caicedo wins it. Chelsea are just getting a little bit more possession of the ball in this second half. Only a few minutes in. 2-1 Newcastle. Yeah. Again, really poor from Chelsea. Really, really poor. Oh, well done, Chelsea. Very well done. This summer feels like a really, really big summer for a lot of teams. Like, I know it's going to be for Liverpool. I know it's going to be for Arsenal, you'd have to say, because they can't keep finishing where they are. At some point, if Arteta doesn't win a league or a Champions League, then there's going to be questions asked, because they've spent an absolute fortune, haven't they? So it's a big, big season for Arsenal. They've got to get it right in the summer. Chelsea, I mean, they're just going to keep buying, keep moving players on. Manchester United need to improve. Spurs need to improve. It just feels like a massive, massive summer. And then also, you look at teams like, Bournemouth. You'd expect them to get European football this season the way they've played. Are they going to be able to hang on to the players? Same with Forest, If you're Morgan Gibbs-White, do you stick it out at Forest after the season where, maybe Forest's season this season, it could be like Leicester's. Could be like Leicester's, where, Leicester did really, really well, and then immediately there was offers for Kante went, Mahrez went, Drinkwater went. There was offers for Vardy, he probably should have gone. But there was offers for a lot of players straight away, and you would expect maybe similar with Forest, Murillo might go. Milenkovic, maybe. Maybe Aina goes. Gibbs-White, you would think, is a certainty to be looked at. Elanga, I think, is another one. I would expect I actually think most of them probably stay. But Gibbs-White, the fact that he can't get in the England squad while at Forest might be telling him something. Yellow card for Pedro Neto. Theo Walcott, overrated player. I mean, Theo Walcott, again, he's another one of the Dokus, the Adama Traore's, the skinned a player loads of, he could always beat a man. He had loads of pace, absolutely loads of pace, could beat a man. As soon as it came to producing, he never had the quality in the final third. Kukurea has just gone down for some unknown reason. I think he's trying to get Gabriel in trouble. Betis have just scored against Leganés. It's 3-2 to Betis. They were 2-0 down earlier in the game. Abracadabra, abra, uba, ba. Fulham 0, Tottenham 0. It's not been a good game. Bologna are beating Lazio at the moment. And Würfel Bochum and Frankfurt has been delayed. Kieran Gibbs, Theo Walcott, Jack Wilshere. Ball into the box, corner to Arsenal. Swung in, cleared away by Chelsea. And they've got a counter-attack here if they get this right. If they get it right, I think there might be a foul incoming. It's a good tackle. Really good tackle from Timber. I have no idea why Neto's screaming there, because it was a great tackle. Really good tackle. That's good play by Timber. That's not good play by Marino. Oh, that's a foul and a yellow card, please, sir. Saliba. Again, and that's the other thing. Arsenal fans will seriously sit there and tell you Gabriel, it was Gabriel, not Saliba. Sit there and tell you that Gabriel and Saliba are like two GOAT centre-backs. It's honestly nowhere near. Nowhere near. Someone tried to say James over Timber today as well. I think Reece James a few years ago, when he was fit and he was playing really well, yes. Very good player. Oh, George Graham there. Do you know he hasn't aged a bit, George Graham? Hasn't aged a bit. I remember him managing Spurs. Managed Arsenal and managed Spurs. The original Rafa Benitez. Oh, FC 21, Feyenoord 4. Bloody hell. Igor Paixão, he's another one who might move on in the summer. He's going really well at Feyenoord, bagging quite a bit. But yeah, Timber's a very, very good player. And he's fit, and more recently he's played a lot. I was really frustrated before. I was on Twitter and I saw a Liverpool fan saying, I've been a Liverpool fan since 2007 or something to that effect. I've been a Liverpool fan for this long and I can't believe people used to rate this guy. He was on about Pepe Reina. Can't believe people used to rate this guy. I think that Quaveen Kelleher's Liverpool's second best goalkeeper ever. It's absolutely infuriating. Like, Quaveen Kelleher's a good young keeper, but he's just not even in the same league as Pepe Reina. Pepe Reina won 3 Golden Gloves for us. Saved us in loads of cup finals. You know, penalty king. Great player. Really good player, Pepe Reina. Should have stayed longer than he did as well. I think he's still playing now, isn't he, as well? Still playing. I'm sure he's at Villarreal. Or is he at Como? I think he's gone to Como with Fabregas, hasn't he? He's bounced around a bit, Pepe. Went to Lazio, went to Napoli, went to Bayern. Back to Villarreal. Odegaard is honestly terrible. His passing in this game has been dreadful. I just think he's he's another one of, like, them. I just think he's really unlikable, Odegaard. I find it really difficult to. I don't think he. Oh, that's really good play by Nkunku. That's really good play. Here's to Cucurella, who's apparently been the best left back in the league this season. Caicedo, let's see what you can do on the ball. See how long Chelsea can keep this now without putting one of their mates in trouble. Just keep hold of it for a little bit. Fofana into Caicedo. First bit of really good play by Chelsea. Shot, Neto, silly. Didn't need to shoot from there. But that was much better. That was much, much better. That was the first bit of... Oh, what are we on? 57th, 58th minute? That's the first bit of really sharp play I've seen from Chelsea all game. Breaking the lines, beating the press. Nice and simple, keeping it on the floor, one-touch stuff. Didn't need to be. It's honestly, like, it's so. It's exactly as I think it was Bill Shankly actually who said it. Football is a very simple game, complicated by idiots. It really is that. There's morons trying to tell you it's more complex than it actually is. It's incredibly simple. It's a yellow card, therefore. For Fofana, who should also be off the pitch, I would say. But he's just got a yellow card, finally. Just for blocking a throw-in, I think it was. Or he threw a ball back onto the pitch. Yeah, that was a little bit silly from him. But yeah, I really believe that. I really, really and truly believe that it is. It's a very simple game, complicated by morons. You need to keep it simple, pass and move. You know, there's none of... Look at this, Arsenal in behind again. Win your battles, win your 1v1s. Chance for Martinelli. And keep hold of the ball. Not above all else, you've got to take risks, but Martinelli with the ball in, that's a chance. Oh, that's a wonderful save by Sanchez. That's the first good thing I've seen from Sanchez. Really good save. Really good save. Here's Lewis Skelly. That was a fantastic... Do you know what? It's a little bit of maybe what Ederson did at the weekend. Ederson did that, didn't he? He pulled off an unbelievable save to keep Callum Hudson-Odoi out. And then like 2 minutes later, made a horrendous error. So it might well be a similar outcome. Here's Pedro Neto. That's good play and good movement from him. He's got one player in the box. There's not much going on. Chance. It's a good tackle in a corner. And it was Saliba. That's better. But let's just watch this save back. They're going to show the save. Martinelli stands it to the far stick. Oh, it's a great save. It's a great save. Who is it on the back stick? Is it Marino? I mean, it's a nice and simple chance, I guess, for Marino. He should maybe do a little bit better, but he keeps it down. He gets it on target. That's a really good save from Sanchez. Really, really good. Can Chelsea get an equaliser? Ball into the box. Back out for the corner. Declan Rice with the ball away. I honestly can't drink that. Honestly can't drink that. It's vile. Vile, boy. Ball in. Cleared away. Oh, Trossard doing some stupid pirouette with it. And he gets away with it. Oh, and then he dives. And then he dives. Enzo Fernandez. Furious there. Oh, Arsenal fans screaming for the yellow card. He definitely dove. No, I could have saw that before. Yeah, he don't get anywhere near him. Don't go anywhere near him. It's a dive. It's a dive. Here's Timber. Out to Martinelli. Odegaard. That's good play by Odegaard. Lewis Skelly should have shot there. Trossard, Lewis Skelly again. Great ball to the back stick. Oh, Timber's not keeping that in. Right, if I'm going to do a bet builder on Liverpool. What should I be putting on, do we think? Salah 2 shots on target, Isak 2 shots on target, both teams to score 10-1. That is a ridiculous bet. Not even going near it. Not even going near that. Right. Let's have a little look and see what can we put on for the Liverpool Cup final. To lift the trophy, that has to be Liverpool. Right. Both teams to receive a card. Yes. Goalkeeper saves. Right. I'm going to go for Nick Pope. No. I'm going to go for, Nick Pope to make... Nick Pope to make 3+ saves. There you go. That's a decent one. Isak and Salah to score. Dan Burn and Trippier to be carded. I don't mind Dan Burn card. That might be. I don't like the cards. I stay away from the cards. It's too. Odegaard. Good save by Sanchez. Yeah, I feel like the cards are just a little bit. Right, Liverpool to have 2 shots on target each half. What about that? 2 shots on target each half. Yeah, 2 shots on target each half for Liverpool. Nick Pope to have to make 3+ saves. Both teams to receive a card, Liverpool to lift the trophy. That seems like just a dead straightforward one. That can't see anything other than that. And then maybe do we do goals? Maybe we do total goals. First half. I can't see it being like a load. I can't see there being loads of goals in the game. Do you know what I mean? I can't see there being loads of goals. I'm going to go Newcastle match. Newcastle to score. No. Right, both teams combined. I think there'll be a goal in the second half. So I'm going to say that. One goal in the second half. Corners. Right, let's do corners. Don't mind a good corners market. Over 5 corners. Or should we do over 6? Over 6 corners. Over 6 corners in the game. And both teams to receive a card. Chelsea had 1 shot on target, I know. Tell me you've not done a shot on target market for this. Why are you... Neto then was asking for that ball to be played. He was stood miles offside. Mate, first things first, get yourself on. That's a very good run from Cucurella. I can understand him being called best left back there. That was very good play. Good play by Caicedo as well. 2 players I've been very critical of. Good play, that. Player shots. Right. Let's do some obvious ones. I think I'm going to go Dominic Szoboszlai to have a shot. Do we think? Dominic Szoboszlai? Nah, we'll go... No, I'm not going Liverpool players to have a shot. I'm just going to go... Let's have a look at Newcastle players to have a shot. Isak. Isak to have 1+ shot in the game. That's fair enough. I can deal with that. This game is awful. I know, that's what I'm trying to put bets on. I'm sat here thinking to myself, I might as well put a bet on, because this is dreadful. I mean, we did say it, to be fair. Free kick for Arsenal in a dangerous spec here, though. Might be a chance here. Fofana again. He's a liability, him. He's an absolute liability. Need to win a bet today. Well, I mean, this week's just been dreadful in general. Cheltenham, everything. It's all been rubbish. It's all been shocking. Could do with a late Chelsea equaliser here, maybe. Or just Arsenal to bury Chelsea. That'd be fine too. Just something. Anything. Either of those. Give us something. Give us a goal. I have Chelsea to have 4 shots on target all game. That was very, very silly, Kane. That was very foolish, mate. I mean, it wasn't before kick-off. I'd have probably said you've got a decent chance before kick-off. Rice with the shot. Corner to Arsenal. Corner to Arsenal. Right, I'm just going to go with that. I'm going to go for Liverpool to lift the trophy. Both teams receive a card. Nick Pope 3+ saves. 1.5 shots in target for Liverpool. 1.5 shots on target in the second half and the first half. A goal in the second half, and Alexander Isak 1+ shot. That's what I'm going for. Done. Mason Mount is back. Is he really? Someone's just commented about the Xmas jumper on Insta. Fulham 1, Tottenham 0. Rodrigo Muniz 1-0. That's a big, big goal. Chelsea are really going to struggle for Champions League this season. I think I can't see him. I can't see him making the top 5. If you have a look at Chelsea's fixtures as well, Chelsea's fixtures between now and the end of the season are rough. Right, here's young Guarnieri coming on. Martinelli looking forlorn on the floor. Looks like he's back injured. I think he should be okay. Doesn't look like he's done anything too serious there. He's up and about. He's walking. And Ethan Guarnieri coming on. Is the final not on normal TV? That's a good question. I actually don't know where the final's on. I assumed it would be on ITV, but let's have a look. I'll tell you where it's on. ITV1, there you go. It's also on Sky Sports main event, so it is on Sky Sports, but you can watch it on ITV. So I'll probably watch it on ITV because I imagine the Sky Sports commentary is going to be painful. If they put someone like Stephen Warnock on the Sky Sports commentary, I can't watch it. I'd rather watch ITV, even if it's going to be... I mean, it might be Alan Shearer, I don't know. Arsenal with a chance here, pull back to the edge of the area. Odegaard. That's handball. That's handball. That should be deliberate handball, that. Should be a yellow. Yeah, it's on ITV, mate. So I'm going to switch over to ITV in a momento. The teams should be out. Teams should be out for Liverpool. Let's have a little look. in the old firm, a Rangers player, when Rangers scored the winner, a Rangers player ran up the touchline and sprayed all the Celtic fans with water from his bottle. Oh, that's well funny. Oh. Right, let's have a little look and see if we can see the lineup. Because it should be out any minute now. It's usually... Well done. Much better. Apparently Kelleher's in net. If that's true, if Quaveen Kelleher is in net for the final, I'm sorry, that is minging. There's no way that Kelleher goes in net. No way. That would be infuriating. Come on, all I want to do is see the lineup, and I can usually get it straight away on my Twitter. Chelsea have got a very, very few minutes remaining here to make this count. They've got maybe 5-10 minutes max. Well, I'm still not seeing anything. Chelsea intercept it, played in behind. There might be a chance here if they get this right. Enzo out to Nkunku. Oh, that's silly. Kukurea back stick. That's a really poor ball. Who was that on the right side who put that cross in? Who was that who put the cross in? That's not good enough, that. Whoever put that cross in. Really poor. Can't just stand the ball up like that. Got to expect better. Fulham have gone 2-0 up against Spurs. And now Fulham have gone above Aston Villa and above Bournemouth. Could Fulham mount a late charge? Fulham are now only 3 points off those Champions League places. 3 points. Fulham. And again, as a Fulham fan, if you're a Fulham fan, I'm not a Fulham fan, but if you're a Fulham fan, you've got to look at that and go, we've beat Spurs, we got a point against Arsenal, we got a point at Anfield. They've gone to Stamford Bridge and won. They've beat Forest last week. They beat Bournemouth, I think, as well. They've picked up some really, really big results against teams around them. But then they play against, like, Southampton at home, draw. Ipswich at home, draw. There's some games where you've looked at Fulham and thought, like, if they were really serious about kicking on and being in that Champions League, they should have done so much better. It's the easier games that's let Fulham down. They went to St James's Park and won. Really tough place to go. Went there and won. It's so full. They went to United, didn't they? Didn't they go to United and win? Oh no, United beat them first day of the season, didn't they? First game of the season, Xerxes. Yeah. And United beat them at Craven Cottage. They were unlucky. Unlucky that day. That Martinez dipping deflected shot. Yeah, knocked United out the cup as well. Yeah. I mean, they're still going in the cup, aren't they? Haven't they got... I don't know if they got in the cup. Is it Brighton? Is it Brighton in the cup? They've done really well. Marco Silva deserves a lot of plaudits, Like, I mean, a lot of people talk about Andoni Areola, Fabian Herzler having really solid seasons, Nuno Espirito Santo. Fulham lost their 2-3 best players over the last couple of years. Mitrovic went, wasn't really replaced. João Palhinha went, wasn't really replaced. One of the players that he brought in, Emile Smith-Rowe, hasn't really done an awful lot. I don't think he's really contributed enough at Fulham. But he's done well with good signings he's picked up. Jimenez, Muniz has done really well, obviously. I think Iwobi's been terrific for them. Obviously, Anthony Robinson, I think he's changed. He's brought Anthony Robinson. He's a different class. And he lost Tosin as well, don't forget. Tosin Adrabayo went to Chelsea. Another big loss. So, yeah, Fulham deserve immense credit. But they lose too many of the quote-unquote easier games. That's what's cost them this season. Going to West Ham and getting beat at home off Palace. They got smashed at home off Wolves, if I remember. Wasn't it like 3 or 4-1? Absolutely battered off Wolves. Yeah, United beat them twice but lost in the cup. That's it. Yeah. So that's a really big win, you'd have to say. A really big win for Fulham. I'm not sure what is going on in the Bochum and Frankfurt game, but it's supposed to be a 2:30 kickoff where, nearly an hour on and no goal. No game, sorry. No kickoff. Well, Newcastle's odds have just dropped quite significantly in the to lift the trophy odds. So I am guessing that team news has started to filter out. And if what I have read about Kelleher being in net over Alisson, then I've got to say I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Come on, give me some. Give me Give me something. All I want to do is see the lineup. I'm really freaking out now. Absolutely freaking out. If we've got Kelleher in net. Not that that would be the end of the world, but like... Oh, apparently Chiesa is involved as well. Team versus Newcastle is allegedly Kelleher, Kwanzaa, Kanate, Van Dijk, Robertson, Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Salah, Diaz, Jota. I don't understand why we've gone Kelleher and I don't understand why we've gone Jota, but to each their own. Slot will live and die by that. Right, Kane. Dare I put Manchester United or draw against Leicester away tonight? Do we think that's smart? Right, it's finished and it's 2-0 to Fulham. Chelsea flying forward now. Back stick. Oh, that's really calm play. Gabriel did really well there. Honestly, he's a cheerleader, him in a football shirt. He's shocking. I'm going to take Man United out of that just on the off chance that Leicester get something. I'm not so sure about him. Right, game over. It's 1-0. It's finished. It's been the most dire game, to be honest. We couldn't have expected much else because Arsenal and Chelsea are pretty bloody awful, I've got to say. They're not top 5 teams, in my opinion. I mean, they really shouldn't be. The quality on show today was really, really poor. But there you go. It's Arsenal 1, it's Chelsea 0. I'm just going to go and get ready for the League Cup final. So we'll be back in Well, what time's kick-off? Kick-off 4:30, so be back in just over half an hour or so. Half an hour or so. And we'll be ready for the big League Cup final. And then obviously we're back tonight as well. If you're going to stick around for the 7 o'clock, Leicester against Manchester United, I'll be here for that as well. So, big day of football. Hopefully it gets better than that, because what we just watched there was bloody awful. Yeah, Liverpool against Newcastle next up. Stick with me, and I'll see you in about half an hour.